Welcome to the Talk Like a Leader podcast, where we explore the mindset, skill set, and habit set of leadership communication. Using these tips, techniques, and tactics, you'll be able to talk like a leader to build better relationships and get more done. Your host is Guy Harris, who has more than 20 years of combined professional and military experience in consulting, coaching, and training in areas like team and interaction dynamics, communication strategies and tactics, as well as emotional intelligence. Take it away, Guy.
Hi, this is Guy Harris. Welcome to Talk Like a Leader. This week's episode is titled What It Means to Talk Like a Leader, Revisited. Now, this is episode 99 of Talk Like a Leader, and what I have coming up over the next few weeks are some discussions with friends, colleagues, partners of mine, Kevin Eikenberry and Wayne Turmel, who are releasing a book this week, and I believe actually the release date is the day that this podcast hits the web. And their book is titled The Long Distance Teammate, which is a follow-up to their book, The Long Distance Leader. And so we have some interviews with them. They have some really interesting perspectives on what it means to lead from a distance or what it means to participate on a team from a distance. And so I'd encourage you to check out both of those books, depending on what your role is in an organization. Probably there's some value in both of them for you, no matter what. And I want to talk a bit about something I did last week and is coming up this week. I was on an event with Zorian Rotenberg, who has a podcast called Top Insights from the Best. I'll be meeting with him this week also to record an episode with him. I don't know when that's going to be released, but I assume it's in the next few weeks sometimes. So that's Top Insights from the Best. You can check it out there. Zorian and I will have a great conversation about some of the concepts we talk about in this podcast. It'll just be a little bit longer form. And last week, I was with Zorian on an event for an organization called Revenue Collective, and it was recorded in Crowdcast. I have a link for that I'm going to share on this website page, and hopefully it'll be available to you. So if you want to check that out, you get more perspectives. And actually, the conversation I had with Zorian last week is sort of the genesis for what this episode is all about. It is episode 99, so I'm kind of reflective of the history of this podcast. There was an episode I did a while back titled What It Means to Talk Like a Leader, and that's why this is revisited, because it's been almost 2 years since that episode. And I like to think a bit about what I've learned and what the messages are I'm trying to convey, sort of summarize some of the key concepts that are important in talking like a leader. And I guess I'd say that the thing I've come to, and if you listen carefully to this podcast over time, what you'll find is that my basic perspective is talking like a leader is about finding a way to connect and communicate with other people in a way that inspires them to join you in a collective effort of some kind. It's about finding that balance between being a bully and being a wimp. It is neither bully nor wimp. It's really a paradox, actually. Talking like a leader is a paradox. If you look at dictionary.com, they define paradox as a seemingly absurd or self-contradictory statement or proposition that, when investigated or explained, may prove to be well-founded or true. Another definition I've heard somewhere, I haven't found it written down anywhere, but it's a working definition I carry around in my head for what a paradox is. It's two statements that are apparently contradictory and are nonetheless, at the same time, true. So it's neither bully nor wimp. It's that in-between. As Dwight Eisenhower said, you do not lead by hitting people over the head. That's assault, not leadership. So if our communication drifts into bullying, then we're hitting people over the head. That's assault, not leadership. That is coercion. That is trying to control other people. That is a power play. That is not leading people towards a shared objective. That is trying to get my way. And frankly, I don't believe that's leadership. Well, it's also not leadership to be a complete wimp and let people walk all over you. So there's some place in the middle between being a bully and being a wimp that I would say is talking like a leader. And if you listen to many of these episodes over time, I hope the message that comes through is trying to strike that balance. Trying to find a way to respect and protect other people, to look out for their best interest, and at the same time look out for mine, or the organization's, or other members of the team. Taking a bigger perspective than just protecting myself and driving my personal agenda. Now, hopefully my personal agenda is in line with organizational objectives, and it's not about just self-aggrandizement or self-adulation or getting other people to bow down to my wishes. If that's it, that's selfish. And that's bullying. And again, neither is lying down and being a wimp leadership. So let's look for ways to find balance between the two extremes, to be clear with people without being overly aggressive, inspire people to take action more than we direct people to take action. I acknowledge there's even a time and a place for directing. I just think it's the minority of the situations you'll find yourself in. And as we seek to find balance in our communication, I'm guessing that we'll likely go too far one direction or the other occasionally. And the goal is really to veer off course as little as is possible, and then to recognize and correct it as quickly as possible when you do. That's my goal. That's the goal that I'm hoping to help you achieve in these Talk Like a Leader podcast. That is the objective of every strategy or technique that I share. It's the mindset with which I offer my perspectives. And I'm inviting you to join me in the journey to talk like a leader, to find that balance between being a bully and a wimp, to inspire and motivate other people so they act for their own reasons, not for mine, to find ways to connect with people so that they actually want to follow my lead rather than feel like they have to follow my lead. And so if you'll join me in that journey, then we can all learn to talk like a leader. This has been the Talk Like a Leader podcast. You can listen to this show every week wherever you get your podcast. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'm Guy Harris, and thanks for listening.